What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, CDL Cigar and Golf. We are here at the 2026 Aramco Championships right here in Las Vegas, Nevada at Shadow Creek Golf Club. Let's go. Out here at the range, when the pros hit the golf ball and compress the golf ball, man, it's different, man. The sound is different. It comes off the club face different, guys. Male or female, doesn't matter. It's different. CDL Cigar and Golf, let's get it. Fellas, what's going on, man? What's the deal? When you're winning at life, you hit the cigar, man. That's all the time. You're winning at life, brother. Yes, sir, ski. CDL Cigar and Golf, we in this thing, man.
Welcome everyone to our first press conference here at beautiful Shadow Creek ahead of this week's Aramco Championship, a PUF Global Series event which has been co-sanctioned by the LPGA and the Ladies European Tour. We are delighted to have with us this morning world number 5 Minjee Lee, fellow Australian and 8th ranked Hannah Green, and England's world number 9 Lottie Woad. Minjee, you have posted top 5 finishes in your first 2 LPGA Tour starts of the year, a tie for 3rd at the HSBC Women's World Championship, and a share of 5th place at the Fortinet Founders Cup 9 days ago. You have to be very happy with your form coming into this week.
Yeah, starting the year, I've had a few nice finishes. I feel like I'm still kind of getting back into the rhythm of things and trying to build a bit more momentum coming into this event and the next few events. So yeah, I'm happy with kind of where my game is at right now and hopefully build a bit more this week.
You have previously competed at Shadow Creek when the LPGA stayed a match play event here. In your view, what is the biggest challenge facing players on this course, and how do you feel this layout sets up for your game in particular?
I think Shadow Creek is just a beauty of a golf course. It challenges every part of my game, and I think everybody's game. You have to be really good on the greens. Your approach shots have to be pretty spot on, just because there's a lot of roll and it's hard contours on the greens, and I think it just challenges even your drives, and sometimes you can't hit driver and you're a little bit further back, and then you have to navigate what kind of shot you want to hit into the greens as well. So I just think it's a really great golf course, and it just I think it's going to be really fun to play this week with how the conditions are, and I think maybe the wind is going to be up a little bit, so that's going to add another element to it. I think in terms of my game, I feel like I'm pretty solid with my irons, so I do think it helps, but it's going to challenge me regardless, and I like to embrace the challenge as well. So I think it'll be good.
Hannah, you have made a sizzling start to this year, finishing 7th in the Honda LPGA Thailand, and then winning the HSBC Women's World Championship in Singapore, before going on to make it a remarkable 3 tournament wins in a row, with successes at the Women's Australian Open and the Australian WPGA Championship. What has underpinned your impressive form so far this season?
I feel like I've been asked this question a few times and I really don't know what to put it down to. I think I always tend to have good form at the start of the season because I've had some good time at home back in Australia. But they're all golf tournaments that I love to play, and I feel like the wins that I have had on tour usually come at venues where I've had success prior. So it's been a crazy 4 weeks, and I'm super excited to be here at Shadow. I haven't been here in a couple of years, so I'm hoping that I can continue that form. I think it's probably going to be a little bit difficult for me, probably putting more expectation on myself. But also Shadow is a very tricky golf course, and it's probably going to be a little bit different scoring to what I've played the last 3 weeks. So I think patience is going to be probably a very popular word in press conferences, because you definitely need that when you're here at Shadow.
This week's event has attracted the strongest PIF Global Series field ever assembled, with every single player in the top 20 of the Rolex Women's World Golf Rankings vying for the title and a share of the $4 million prize fund. Does the stellar quality of the field in any way change how you prepare, Hannah, for this week?
Yeah, I think it's great that we have the top 20. I think I heard a stat that it was the first time since 2017 that we've actually had that. So it just shows, this venue, the PIF, Saudi, everyone getting involved, you're going to actually get the best fields in the world. So I don't think it changes so much how I prepare for this particular tournament, but it is definitely a tournament that I hope to do well in. I got here on Sunday afternoon like I would any other tournament, and I've kind of kept my practice the same. I feel like I've been quite tired the last 4 weeks due to the success that I've had. So I think just listening to my body, making sure that I'm not trying to push too hard this week, as we do have obviously a very long year ahead. So hopefully, we can have some good weather. Hopefully the winds aren't too gusty for us, because that will make things very difficult. But I'm really looking forward to teeing it up tomorrow.
Lottie, you have posted 2 top 10s in your first 5 starts of the LPGA Tour season, a tie for 7th at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions, and a share of 10th place at the HSBC Women's World Championship. How do you assess your own form coming into this week?
Yeah, I think it's been okay. I feel like I've had pretty slow starts on most of the events other than the Hilton one. So I've done pretty good at backdooring, top 10s, top 15s, but kind of want to maybe switch that up a little bit and have a bit better start is the key, I think.
How much is the Solheim Cup on your mind this early in the year? And how cool is it to be able to test your game against the best players in the world, with Bernardus Golf staging the biennial team competition in September?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's on most people's minds probably, and would love for my first one to be in Europe too. I think that'll be extra special. So yeah, it's a long way away, but just hoping to play well and get on the team really.
We'll now open it up to questions. We have roving mics, so put up your hand if you would like to ask any of the 3 players the question. Sarah.
Hannah, you've been on such a tear of great golf lately. What's been clicking for you in your game that's allowed you to win as many times as you have recently?
I think the putter has probably been very hot the last 3 weeks, but I also feel like my driving statistics have been better than what they were last year. I think just having some confidence in that club has been really important to me. I feel like once I can actually hit the fairway, then I can actually hit the green and give myself an opportunity to actually make a birdie. So I think that's been the real big difference over the 3 weeks. But I feel like the venues probably haven't been quite as tough as it is this week. So I think it's going to be tricky going from making to a lot of birdies to then perhaps only making a couple and, striving for some pars at some stage. So hopefully I can continue the confidence that I have with those clubs in my bag this week.
Minjee, we're obviously looking ahead to the major season. How does a course like Shadow Creek give you a pretty good pressure test of where your game is at headed into the major stretch?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Shadow weighs up to kind of a major championship golf course. Like I said before, it challenges all parts of your game, and also mentally, I think you have to be patient. Like Hannah said, sometimes you just got to make your pars or take your 40-footers, 30-footers. So, I think it's kind of a nice, I wouldn't say stepping stone, but just a nice kind of ease into our major season, just with the course being so great.
And then Lottie, I know this is a property you're not super familiar with, having not played here before. What have you seen from this golf course this week that you'll have to prepare your game for or to tackle?
Yeah, I definitely heard some horror stories coming into this week from a few people. So I've been told it's softer than it was. So I think it just challenges every part of your game. Like you need to hit the fairways, and you really need to hit the green too, because it's some places if you go you're kind of screwed. So just kind of playing into sections and using backstops when you can, I think is probably the key.
Nicola, you had a question?
Hannah, have you had time to reflect on your incredible month, and what did you spend last week doing?
Somewhat reflect. I actually didn't really get to celebrate a whole lot just because I don't know why, but I decided to do all my travel on a Sunday night instead of a Monday. But last week I was in Fort Worth, Texas. That's where I base myself when I have weeks off here in the US. And it took me at least 4 days to actually recover over the last 4 weeks that I've had. But it was really nice. The weather was actually really good in Dallas, so that was helpful because I feel like when I'm there, it's either freezing cold or really hot. So that was good. But I feel like I obviously want to acknowledge what I've done over the last 4 weeks, but I also don't want to put too much pressure on myself and also have my head still in the clouds. You know, I still have a big season left for the year. So just trying to use that inner confidence for when I have those tough moments on the golf course, and hopefully can continue this success that I'm having.
Minjee, being out here in Vegas, just Shadow Creek in general, obviously your brother lives here as well. What has the Vegas scene for golf been like, or just being out here in general? You were here last year. What has it been like out here?
I always like coming back. I like coming back to Vegas just because the course is so good, and I really enjoy playing Shadow. And obviously Minwoo came out last year, and I don't really get to see him too often, so we'll catch up for dinner this week, and I think he's got a week off before the Masters, so he'll be around, and our coach is here as well, so just all catch up for dinner and have a nice catch up.
Minjee, I have a remote question for you from the Sun newspaper in the United Kingdom. You and your brother, Minwoo, the tours keep you apart quite a lot. When you get back together, are you competitive with one another? Do you work on your games together, or do you just leave golf apart when you're together and kind of commune on other things?
It just depends. Like over the off season, when I do see him, we might have a game or two, money game here or there. But I don't really get to see him that often. So when we do see each other, it's more just like brother sister stuff. We don't get too deep into the golf conversation or anything like that. So maybe I'll ask him for some tips for Chevron. But I think he's just going to be like, just hit the fairway, just hit the green, and hold the putt. So just really just brother sister stuff. Yeah. He's a bit of a rascal, so.
David.
Hi, Minjee. You've played this course as match play. What do you think of the change away from that format, and is there an adjustment playing this course at stroke play versus match play?
Oh, I think obviously the mindset of match play and stroke play is a little bit different. You could be a little more aggressive playing match play whenever the course allowed, but I think it's good that we get to play stroke play. I think it's it was good either way, but I think I would enjoy the tournament more as a stroke play format. So I'm just really looking forward to getting the week started.
Question to any who wants to take it, but we've got obviously the world's top 20 here. That doesn't happen very often. Obviously, you're playing again incredible fields week in, week out, but it's particularly special this week given the top 20 are all here. Does that change how you prepare at all? Your kind of mental thing, I really need to kind of get to an extra level this week, or do you just approach the tournament in the same way as you would normally?
I think for me, obviously rankings do mean something, but even everyone out here is so good that even if someone's ranked 50th or whatever, they're still going to challenge to win. So it doesn't really, I guess, matter as much that 20 of the top 20 are here, or if 10 were here, like, there's still going to be a great field every week.
I think after last year having so many different winners on the LPGA, it kind of, ranking obviously means a big thing, and obviously you want the top players in the world to be here, but there's just so much talent that perhaps aren't ranked where they should be. So it's great that we have all of us here, but I think personally for me, when I've prepared for major championships or events like this, I've put too much pressure on myself, so I'm going to try and just do it how I would normally for any regular event.
Donnell Thomas, CDL Cigar and Golf. What challenges, and any one of you can answer this, what challenges does this golf course in particular present more so than any other course on tour for you guys?
I'd say probably the firmness of the greens. They're usually quite firm here, but I've only played here at Shadow as a match play format, so I feel like it's either you make birdies or you make bogeys. It's going to be quite difficult to go from being perhaps more aggressive to then actually just hitting in the middle of the green and having par as a good score instead of being aggressive. So I think also the wind is supposed to be up, but here at Shadow it's quite gusty, so I think actually being fully committed to the shot that you're going to hit and I guess mentally preparing to hit a good shot and it not be rewarded, I think that's going to be quite tough. So yeah, it's going to be a mental and physical battle. This is also kind of one of the longer and tougher walks, so getting used to that. There's just a lot of things that we have to battle this week, so I think we're all looking forward to that challenge.
Any further questions? Hannah, maybe just picking up on what you just said, and having spoken to many caddies this week, they reckon the pace of play will probably be a little slow for some of the reasons you've just described.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I haven't really seen what the time par is exactly that they think that we'll get around, but looking at the forecast, seeing that it will be kind of strong gusts, I think you will definitely see it being over 5 hours, which is a long time to concentrate. So I don't really know if, even though the field size is perhaps smaller than what both the LPGA and LET play on regular weeks, I still think it would be quite hard to make that better than 5 hours. So hopefully it's not that long. None of us like slow rounds, but you got to do what you got to do.
And if there are no further questions, ladies, thank you for coming in here and play well this week.
Thank you.
Shout out to Cigars, got in the show. 2026 Aramco Championship. Shout out to Alicia Dog. Smoking the cigars. Right. Oh, man, Shadow Creek. We spark it anywhere because we just love the smoke.